Today is a sad day. I'm a little flabbergasted. Do people still get flabbergasted? I do. I'm flabbergasted that I bought a Roland FP50. Look at this. The flagship. The placeholder. The most important keyboard in my rig. I've had it for maybe 2 or 3 months now. And I took it to a studio session the other day. This is an 88 key weighted keyboard. And I'll just turn it on for you. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful keyboard. It's got, nice touch sensitivity. Kind of sounds like a piano. All the things you expect out of a controller. But you know what? That's the thing is, it's not a controller. I took it to a studio session last week, and lo and behold, I pull out the back of the keyboard, and I'll show you this. There is no USB out. For $2,000 or whatever they charge for this, I think it was $1,800. They have every imaginable plug-in. That is a USB hard drive, USB memory stick. There's a couple MIDI outputs, audio outputs. Sorry if I'm going fast. 1/4 inch pedal input. I don't know what else they got there. Power. There is no USB out. People, do not buy this keyboard. So I've contacted the store. I've got a message in to the keyboard manager. We'll see what he says. They're willing to take it back, but I have to take a hit on my purchase price. Now I bought it used, so it's a bit of a different scenario than if I bought it used, brand new, unfortunately. But Roland, I have a question for you. Roland Canada, Roland US, Roland Japan, Roland Gurus. Look, I'm a big fan. And I don't want to switch over to Yamaha or what have you. The music store has tried to make this work for me. They got the Midi conversion kit, so it goes from USB Midi out in. You plug to Midi out in, and it goes to USB via this camera conversion kit. So I've done that. I don't know if you can read the screen. It says, cannot use device. The UM1 connected device is not supported. So now, I could go on a website, I could read some blogs, and I could maybe find a hack. I could maybe get them to talk to one another, and I'll probably work on that. But you see these keyboards in front of me, I've got a unique setup, and I'd like to have those MIDI ports to control external keyboards, and then also use the USB to control my iPad, and have some sounds coming from all sorts of directions. I know I'm a nerd. But you charge healthy prices. For a $2,000 MIDI, you expect a MIDI controller that can plug in USB to your laptop or to your iPad. And I'd like to be able to do that. So, Roland, I have 3 questions for you. One is, why did you choose not to put a USB output on your FP50 keyboard? Why? Second, why did you choose not to let your retailers know that this had happened? Because I had this in my house for 2 or 3 months, as I say, until I got to a studio session and figured out that I could not use this keyboard for a studio session where USB connectivity was expected to go into the digital audio workstation. And then the third question I have, because I've spoken to the dealer, and they won't take it back without costing me a hit of about $400 or $500. So, Roland, why will you not take this as a special? Why will you not take the keyboard back and help me get something that is a USB, has a USB output on it? It just seems fair. The cheapest $99 Casio you can find at London Drugs or Costco is going to have a USB output. It's just standard. I would just expect it. I didn't even think to look. It's just standard these days. A lot of things that were standard before in your keyboards have been taken away. I'm not going to give a full review of this keyboard, but I will let you know that it used to have knobs for everything. Now it's got a dial, which is fine, that I can deal with. But then balance left to right. If I'm playing piano and I'm doing a gig. Used to be you had a knob and you just swirl it. You have a more bass, less bass. You know, if you're going to have bass in the left hand, piano on the right, you got two hands busy. Does it maybe it was worth mentioning? You're going to have both hands busy. So in that case, you just want a quick knob that you click, click, have it half or 45 or 90 degrees, wherever you want to have it, very quickly adjusted. So now it takes a matter of holding down the split button at the same time while you're adjusting the balance left to right. So it takes both hands to adjust the split balance, whereas you just have a knob. So I was willing to live with the slider, and I was even willing to live with the split having a button, push button left right while you've got two hands on the piano. I was willing to live with that, but no USB? Come on. You have to take this keyboard back, and you have to help me get into a reasonably new Roland digital piano with a USB output. And as far as I'm aware, there's only the FP50 and the some 800, RD800, I think. Anyway, I'm open to whatever keyboard, but I would like your help in getting that upgrade, or maybe your techs can add USB connectivity to this keyboard. The UM1 claims iPad compatibility on the box, and the music store was kind enough to throw that in and say, hey, let's hope that this will fix your problem. But it doesn't fix the problem, and as I say, I'd like my Midi outputs to control my keyboards. I'd like an independent USB output to go to my laptop and my iPad while retaining all my Midi outputs and inputs. Anyway, that's my rig. I'll show you a separate video sometime of me playing it, but I can't until I get it all working. So Roland, US, Canada, Japan, gurus, wizards of the world, that's my communication to you today. Will you get back to me? Let me know what you think. I love your equipment, and I would hate to switch to an inferior machine like a Yamaha. I know I'll get some comments on that, but I'm sure maybe I could learn to live with a Yamaha, but I don't want to. I like Roland. Help me out here. Help me get into a machine with a USB output on it, or take this back, or fix it up. And if you are considering buying a Roland FP50, be well aware it doesn't have USB, something very basic and expected these days. It doesn't have USB, be aware of that. And otherwise, it's an okay machine. Sounds okay. It's got some extra keyboard presets. The Roland FP4 was a favorite of mine, and I think they removed a lot of great things that I took for granted on that keyboard. I can go get a used one, or I can send my old one to get fixed, but it's about $700 to get that repair done. Anyway, will you get back to me, Roland? Okay, thanks.